recording or not. I think it's recording. I guess we're gonna see how this does, huh?
Yesterday there was a green light and now there's not one.
No, but the timer stopped, so it's not recording anymore. And none of these buttons will do anything. And I don't know if it's recording. When I take the battery off, I don't know if it's saving the footage. Oh, you okay?
Yeah, you?
Yeah. That sucked.
This wasn't the epic opening sequence we had envisioned for season 4.
All right. Well, got that out of the way.
But the truth isn't always pretty. So while we're busy fumbling with new cameras and assessing the damage, we'll do our best to bring you up to speed.
Well, that didn't take long. Sorry, GIVI.
We wrapped up season 3, departing Lima, Peru, on our way to California for a bit of family time and a resupply. But before jumping our flight, we did our best to satisfy requests for a gear review, including a rundown of all the bits and bobs we meticulously squirreled together for life on 2 wheels.
This is where we keep all of our camping gear. It's our garage. It is also, as you can see, a bit dusty.
But our review sucked. As you may have gathered from the opening sequence, Chad isn't much of a gear geek. It's hard to be passionate about something that you're just not passionate about. So Chad called a mulligan and tried again back in Tinseltown, and ended up having some sort of existential crisis.
You know, at the end of the day, the internet is full of reviews from people that simply just aren't qualified to be reviewing equipment, and I count myself among those ranks of the unqualified, so I'm not going to do it. You know, I might on occasion give you my opinion, but that's all it is, an opinion. You know, some people are of the opinion that you should be removing the armor from your riding gear. So I think I'm just going to stay in my lane and produce videos about riding motorcycles in far-flung places. And on occasion, I may give you my opinion, but that's all it is, an opinion. So take it for what it's worth.
So instead, we just unboxed our new goodies from Forma and KLIM, along with a bunch of electronics that we can hardly operate, and flew back to Peru.
Oh, it's upside down?
Where we promptly unpacked the rest of our goods, including, you guessed it, new brake rotors, to sub in for Chad's zip-tied wonders. And we weren't done yet. We still had a taxi waiting to take us to Barbacci, the local GIVI distributor, where we had a few more boxes waiting for us, all the way from Italy. And while our friends at El Camino Moto Garage handled the minor details, Chad got down to business and did his best to ensure we could masquerade as serious overlanders.
This is like Christmas in August. Look at all this. Liners for the boxes to keep the dry bags clean. GIVI also gave us a bunch of branded merch, a bunch of buffs and mugs. I don't know where we're gonna put mugs, but we got mugs now. They're actually pretty cool. Yeah, this just keeps going on and on. 150 GIVI stickers. Luckily they're small. It's a little too clean. I feel like a hipster.
Oh.
I feel like a poser. This kind of feels like
a box that somebody would make that you could just buy pre-stickered. You know what I mean? But they'll get dirty soon enough, I guarantee. Half of them will get scraped off.
As soon as we finished playing pretend, we got back to the task at hand. Before departing the sprawl of South America's second largest city, on our way back to the Andes, which finds us here, on the side of the road, fiddling with this damn camera that doesn't want to cooperate.
All right, well, I don't know what's up with this thing.
So in the meantime, we'll go to the map. Picking up where we left off, the plan over the next couple days would take us back into the hills, across some beautiful and oft overlooked roads, past San Miguel and Torres de Vichaycocha, on our way to Oyon and the Cordillera Huayhuash, and Chad's favorite riding in all of South America.
It got cold up here.
No.
I'd turn on my grip warmers.
We enjoyed a bit of smooth tarmac along the Carretera Vencedores de Sangrad and took in the views before fiddling with the 360 a bit more and doubling back on Highway 20C.
Not recording, but it won't turn off.
Bidding farewell to the asphalt, we descended toward San Miguel de Vichaycocha and into the sunset. Flanked by lagunas, we stopped one last time to soak it all in, snap a few pictures, and top it off with an awkward high five.
High five.
Before continuing down the valley in search for a place to stop for the night. When we ran out of battery.
I guess this is how they do coffee. How do you have out around here? I don't know what these are. I don't know if these are like repurposed baby Gatorade bottles or what.
It's coffee to go. That's what it is.
Coffee to go.
I love it.
Here's your coffee con leche.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Oh, I'm so happy. Ooh, it's hot.
There she blows.
We set up shop in a colorful bodega turned hostel in the midst of a remodel and did our best to let the sun cook off the morning chill before doubling back to Ruta 107, which brings us full circle to our epic Season 4 opener.
Yeah, I think we're okay. We'll try. You okay?
Yeah, you?
Yeah. That sucked. Alright. Well, got that out of the way.
But hey, at least the Insta360 is working.
Well, that didn't take long.
After dusting ourselves off and making sure the InReach was charged, we continued climbing into the foothills before stopping briefly at the base of Torres de Vichaycocha for a few photos.
I think a good place to stop for a photo. Whoa, look at these guys.
Continuing up through the Chekras Valley, past the Waral Mountains, we topped out at 4,800 meters, just shy of 16,000 feet, before starting our descent into the village of Parkin, and stopping once again to fiddle with more electronics.
Yeah, this ain't working either. All right, well, so much for that.
So far, this is going great.
Woo! Hey there, fella. They got some steep streets in here, don't they? Crap.
Villages like Parkin, Hukul, and Chiuchin, closely clustered and roughly halfway between the trade routes of what are now Highway 20C and Highway 18, have been here since pre-Inca times. These protected and fertile valleys have sustained agricultural settlements for millennia, and many of the region's inhabitants can trace their bloodline back to the earliest known civilizations in the Americas. Doing our best to navigate the often confusing network of side roads and footpaths, and ignore the countless dirt roads disappearing into unnamed valleys. We hit the tarmac of Highway 18 and set our sights on Oyon. Airing it out in the twisties, we did our best to knock the dust off before pulling into town, only to jump back in the dirt in search of the local bullfighting ring. Today just so happened to be a day of celebration, and people from far and wide had descended on Oyon.
¿Qué pasa?
No, there's no space.
No space?
No, I mean, if you look in there, they're all packed in there. He said if we go up here on top,
Yeah.
he said you could maybe find a place, he said, but no in here, not in here.
Yeah. All right, well, we tried.
Yeah, that was going to be my first time seeing a bullfight. I was looking forward to it.
Yeah? Yeah. Personally, I'm not a huge fan, but...
Alas, the stands were packed, so we went in search of accommodations before locking the bike away for the night and joining the festivities downtown. We may have a few bugs to work out and a few new scratches to buff out, but all things considered, not bad for our first couple days back in the saddle.